Okay. All right, so they are off this week. Danny Starr's off as well.
So it's a hiatus.
So they just got a mental health week, the entire show. So Conan and Angie Ann are hosting all week.
Is it paid?
What do you mean?
Is it paid?
Yes, they're not suspended.
Okay.
They're not suspended. Matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to mention this on another show. But so Kathy Hughes issued a statement. Okay, so her statement says yesterday, which she did this on Saturday. Yesterday, I co-hosted the FAM, WKYS, FM, DC, with the female talent of this station as an act of solidarity for Danny Starr, who was placed in an embarrassing situation live on the radio on Thursday, International Women's Day. The aftermath was emotionally charged interaction that became national news, blah, 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 blah. After a full investigation, I learned that this was a radio prank gone wrong. None of the talent, including my homeboy Quicksilver, were adequately informed or prepared to have effectively executed this prank on Danny Starr. She said prank, okay?
Right.
That's what we're calling
We have taken the necessary steps to resolve this matter. I agree with Danny Starr's expressed public sentiments that Quicksilver and DJ 5'9" are good guys who would not deliberately harm her or intentionally cause her embarrassment. I fully stand behind the fam and will be providing the team with healing time to refocus so they can continue to entertain, inspire, and inform the listeners. To that end, next week's show will be hosted by DC's Afternoon Drive, Angie Ange, and Baltimore's Conan, who grew up in DC. Once again, I apologize to the listeners who had to experience this very unfortunate incident. I appreciate your continued support of WKYS, our talent, Danny Starr, Quicksilver, and DJ 5'9". Prayerfully, we will be a stronger family.
Let me go first since we revealing it's a prank. One, we didn't know it was a prank, but let me go off the non-prank knowledge thing first.
Still going like you gonna take that.
One, no, because before we knew it was a prank, was the whole Danny saying that she wouldn't hire a pretty girl, was that a prank or was that real discrimination?
So when they say prank, they just mean the fact of bringing the girl, the babysitter on and, as a way to confront Danny Starr. That was the prank part.
She wasn't the real girl that had anything to do with
Okay, I got it. Even if that was, I want to point out the fact that
it wasn't the real girl.
No, they were setting the stage to have a dialogue about.
They wanted to have the dialogue
right into the workplace.
Yeah.
I think it was the girl, but from what I understood, it was the girl. The prank part was that she was not consulted about it. They brought her on unbeknownst to Danny Starr.
Right.
For respect.
Which the prank, that's the prank part. It's just like on Jerry Springer. It's like we here talking, But backstage, you didn't know. We brought out
Daddy about to come out.
and then they start fighting or whatever.
So
but let's say this. Let's say in a Jerry Springer scenario, they bring out somebody, and then the person comes out and gives somebody a concussion, and it gets out of hand. You know what I mean?
So
this was
Love and hip hop.
Yeah, or that.
All right.
Yeah.
So Danny's initial thing about discrimination, I had issues with because people. For one, if it was real, it was illegal. You can't discriminate against someone because they look. I don't care if you can't trust your man. The nanny's too attractive. The EEOC clearly states you cannot discriminate based off faith, religion, sex, gender, anything. So we as black people know better than anybody that you shouldn't be discriminating against anybody.
And she was being paid. This was a position, so it's not just in my house.
Right.
This
that
now
goes
becomes an employer-employee relationship.
Right.
Which is totally different.
Right. So now you fall under those laws. So all the people talking about, this is my house, she has every right to decide who's in her house. No, she does not. When she turns her home into a business, she falls under every federal jurisdiction in this land. Secondly, I have a big problem with Quicksilver's wife.
Whoa, don't talk about Ashley.
No. First of all, if you're
my homegirl, what are you talking about her for?
No, if you're my wife, baby, if I did something wrong, correct me in private.
She had to do that.
No.
She had to do that. She had to call him out.
No, and then not only did you correct me.
She had to call him out.
Not only did you correct me. You correct me in public.
She had to.
Then when you find out the rest of the story later on, the next day you try to give me this lukewarm ass support and try to walk it back. Let me be the first.
Go
to
around
say,
the table on this one because I think they can ready.
The last thing I'm gonna say.
Start with what you said. Start with what you said in the beginning. You said that
The discrimination-
You didn't. So Quicksilver and 5'9" felt that she was being insecure. As do I. However, she can be insecure if she wanted to be. I do think this is an example of being insecure, and that's why they wanted to have the dialogue, which I thought was good. But if you're going to do it, it's like a threesome. If you're going to do it, you need to understand what you're doing and understand how this can go wrong or right. And if it goes wrong because you didn't know how to control it, then that's on you. So they decided to do this and they couldn't control it. But I don't think they was wrong for doing it or wrong for calling her insecure.
And I think it was wrong. Let's point out the fact
Go
that
around
Danny
the
Starr
table.
was wrong.
But go around the table on
Brother,
that.
you can speak to that situation.
I just think that, like, I get that, all right, she's opening her home up to be, like, a business or whatever, but even in business and your personal life, you take preventative measures to protect yourself. So even if I'm hiring somebody and I sense, you know what, I don't think this is going to make me comfortable having her in my house, it don't got nothing to do with attractiveness. If I'm uncomfortable, you can't come in here. If I'm uncomfortable, you can't work with me. So aside from the fact that you're pretty or whatever, I'm just generally uncomfortable with your presence. So I don't want to hire you. I have every right to do that. Employers have every right to do that. If I think you're not going to be a benefit to anything I got going on, no, you can't come in my house. Cute, ugly, purple, blue, green, whatever it is. You can't come. Don't bring nobody to my house. Don't bring nobody to my place of work and try to make me address something that's happening in my household. What I do at work don't got nothing to do with y'all. If I don't want her in my house, y'all don't live with me. Y'all don't pay no bills. So why are we talking about this?
That's respect. So speak to the second. So the second part. That's
second
your one
part?
part as a wife. You know, keeping your marriage intact. Two. What was the second part of it?
About his wife?
Yes.
About his wife corrected.
About calling it
No,
quick.
like it's a better way to handle things. But I think in the heat of that moment, for what the situation was, she had every right. On
100%.
International Women's Day, I'm going
She
to
had to do that.
I'm going to check my husband because this is my husband. Babe, you did something wrong and you did it on the radio, so now I'm gonna embarrass you on the radio.
And I'm gonna
And
give you
she's a-
divorce.
and
I'm gonna
she's
give you
a-
a divorce papers.
But she's a
after
public
this is over.
figure as
She's
well.
a
She
public
does
figure
public
as
things.
well.
She had to do
But
it.
then, and then backtracking into that, even
That's
if I
like when
found out
Martin
that-
was wilding on the radio.
That's the first.
No, my point. Y'all missing the point. I don't have a problem with her correcting. First of all, they're married in private. This was him doing his professional work.
You gonna call your husband out at work?
At work.
You gonna like,
you want,
babe,
you want.
cut
No. My work has nothing to do with
Your
us
work
as
has
husband
nothing
and
to
wife.
do- Your work has nothing to do with that, but you're gonna embarrass your co-host, like somebody that I've probably been around, somebody who I respect.
She embarrassed herself by doing illegal action. Like,
I don't think that's illegal.
But
action.
it's
Nah, it's not
It's not
illegal.
he gonna call out.
so I just gave y'all the whole
Get her-
layout, but you gonna
But this my thing.
Get her
This my
opinion.
thing. Prior to this, she has spoken about the fact that her father has had sex with her babysitter when she was a child and has been hurt.
been
She has
cheated
said
on,
she's
like,
been cheated
that's
on.
what
So standing on that,
When you
F
try
a
to
job
protect
at that
your
point.
space,
F
protect
that.
your
Like forget that.
And the
If
husband
she's
cheated
insecure,
with the
yeah.
babysitter before too.
She got
Right.
the
the
right
former
to say
husband.
no.
The former
Right.
husband.
So why would she put herself in another situation like that?
Where she uncomfortable.
First of all, if you
The-
can't
that's-
trust your
that's-
husband, you shouldn't.
That's
have
an
married her.
oxymoron. If you keep doing the same
It's
thing
not
and you get the
everybody
same
always
results.
say that. Everybody always say
If
that.
you
And
can't
then
trust
So guess
him,
what?
you shouldn't
Nan
marry
gonna
him.
watch the kids.
It's not even about not being able to trust them. Temptation is out there. People are weak. They susceptible.
She
to
should have never
anything.
said it.
She should have never said it.
Should have never said
She
it.
should have never said it. She set them up to be on some immature, calling her out for being insecure.
Insecure shit.
Like she set it up for that because she should have never really said that because that's some real internal things.
But she has the right to feel that way, and for that reason,
Privately, she can't come on the radio and say
When
that.
you say it out loud, it really speaks to this point.
Right,
It's
but it might,
discrimination.
but
It's
the fact that
insecure.
she's strong enough to say something like that might resonate with somebody else going through the same thing. So
Also,
like,
we
you
just-
can't blame her for being honest about her situation.
But what I'm saying is, as
know
a
what?
whether
husband,
she said it or not,
Hold on, you know what it's like?
remains.
It's like saying, look, he's a racist. He called y'all some black niggers, but he's being honest and telling you how he feels. It's fucked up.
Right, that's
How he feels is
But at
fucked
least
up.
he's honest. He not fake. I'd rather somebody call me a nigga to my
No.
face than wait till I'm gone to be like,
my
nigga.
problem-
I'd be like, what you say?
I think
my
it's
special problem
I
is
don't
with
like
the
fake
wife.
stuff.
Like, if we're married, if you did some shit, like if we out in public, I feel like you embarrass me. whatever, I would not retaliate and be like, and embarrass you on the spot. You are my wife. It is my job to protect you. We are going to hold this fort.
2018.
No, we are going to hold this fort in public. But when we get in that car, let me tell you how this worked. That shit you pulled in there.
By the time she was trusted, then it wasn't even bad.
And that's the only reason I was torn
Yeah,
because
like,
the
that's
fact
why
that she
even-
publicly reprimanded him like that.
But then she had to walk it back.
Men need that because
You're
men
not
out
my
here
mother.
trying to-
You're not my mother.
It's not even about being your mother. It's about
She locked the note on you. She locked the note.
No on me.
Benny up here busting eardrums.
You want to be the freestyle, nigga?
Busting eardrums,
No,
bro.
for somebody else to hear his wife checking her
No.
husband. That resonates
No.
for everyone.
I love how women always change the narrative to suit whatever you're doing at that moment in time.
Oh, that happened-
Y'all
that
do
happened
it
in this
too, so
situation.
if you wanna have that
Go ahead.
conversation-
They will change the narrative
Go ahead,
quick
finish it
as
up.
quick
Go
as a
ahead,
mole.
finish it up.
No, I
Y'all
wouldn't.
will change
I'm
it.
not trying to change it though, change the narrative.
Was
I'm
it
just
wrong
saying-
for her to correct him in public or not?
No.
No,
Okay.
I say no.
In that situation, it was good.
International-
It was perfect for
Women's
helping his
Day.
job, for helping him move forward. She did what nobody else did.
But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you what else it
I feel
did.
better about it once I heard her.
It opened the door for all the girls on social, for 95% of the girls on social media to also dump on him.
Right, exactly.
When she dumped on him,
Yeah.
Everybody
It's
is
like
like-
his wife dumped on him. Oh,
Yeah.
that's my
All the
wife.
floodgates
That's my
opened
point.
up.
You're supposed to protect your spouse. She opened the floodgates
Yeah,
for
that's
other
not-
women to
but the-
correct her husband.
The floodgates helped that situation up there.
It helped ratings.
That was- it helped ratings, definitely.
As women, we allow too much, and somebody need to stand
Because
up.
they wasn't coming back if the wife ain't say nothing. They wasn't.
Well,
some people
I'm
were gonna
a-
make a decision that day to not listen to that show
because it
And the fact
it
that she
became
did
one sided.
that and
Yeah.
acted so fast. That's why I say I was torn between that because it was damn near.
It was
damage
needed.
control.
It was
It
needed.
was damage
Talking about
control.
his
But I don't think
professional
she did
job.
it in a distasteful or disrespectful
She did not.
way.
She did not.
I think she checked her husband like the way she should have checked him, and they left it at that. I don't think
I have
she
a
did
problem with
anything
spouses checking each other. Like,
wrong. I think
Somebody checks you.
Oh shit! You need checks and balances. That's
Yeah,
why I
Got
was
checked
torn.
in
That's why I was
public. You don't
torn.
like that.
baby, do it look like a woman has ever parted her mouth to check
And
me?
that's why Ashley did what she did, because women ain't never did it.
The
So.
only
I want
people,
my-
the
I want
only
my
people.
girl-
That be the problem. Why we arguing to the?
I want my girl to tell me
He
when I'm
like, you
wrong.
got it. Yeah, I have it, cause I ain't letting go.
No,
I'm
because
back
I'm
down.
like, the only person that ever checked me was my grandmother. God rest her soul, and that was the only woman who could check
Y'all
me.
men do the
It's a
same
strong-
thing,
strong
trying to make
black
somebody
woman. You don't
listen.
want. You don't want the
You
strong
don't
black
want-
woman
you
in your
don't
girl.
want
You
us.
don't want that in your
It's a-
girl.
it's a
Don't point at
different-
me.
I love strong black women, but we have to be cognizant of the fact that, we are one. You're supposed to support me no matter what.
Good bag. Good bag.
Y'all talking about the public image. I am talking about the
I don't care about
sanctity
no
of their
public image.
marriage.
Like I got.
I'm talking about their marriage as a whole. You worried about their
If I
job.
lost
You
my
worried
job,
about
if
the
I lost my
public.
job, I'm come home to you.
Right, exactly. Now our marriage fucked
And
up
that's
because
probably
you
why she did cuss him out in public. Cause now I got to work. Cause you about to be jobless. Cause we got how many kids? Might have been.
You done got us fired today.
But you know what was startling about this? This was not the worst radio prank I've ever seen.
It's the worst video prank gone wrong.
No, it's really not.
And the day that they did it was just not.
No. It's
No,
not.
but that day
you know-
was the day that they picked.
No,
They-
this is
they-
the thing.
they-
This is
they-
the thing.
they-
I'm about to
they-
offend some
they-
people. This is what blows me. It's like I've seen the dudes do more cruddy and petty crap to each other. But as soon as a woman gets her feelings hurt, then there's a whole fucking
Cause
national
we
crisis.
women and be
We
gentle.
women. Men.
That's not his woman.
Wait, is that what y'all clinging to at this point?
Yes.
It's what?
I'm not like you said, it's checks and balances. So it's sometimes some things that men be trying to do for women, it don't work.
You want to be in a male-dominated field. She wanted to be on that show. You get treated like the boys. Like,
No,
what do
you
you
don't.
mean?
You respect
They
her
was,
as a
she was a
lady.
little sis. Don't do that.
Like,
She
you
was a
respect-
little sis. Yo,
He just want everybody.
yo, it asses. Yeah. But no, she was definitely a little sis. I don't think they have to coddle her and make her feel like.
It seems like she got coddled.
She did.
She got coddled.
She did. But listen. Rightfully so though, bro. She let them in a place where everybody wasn't supposed to be inside of.
She let
spoke to
them
her
ready-
mother getting cheated on. She was telling mommy secrets. Mommy got ran out on.
She
Mommy
said
got
that shit
ran
on
out
air.
Huh?
She said it on air.
That's what he's saying.
It becomes public domain. What do you want from me? You want to say that on private? We gonna have a private conversation. I'm gonna tell Dom to turn the fucking cameras off. Not say it on air. Blatantly say I'm discriminating and
But in the
committing
same
fraud and
sense,
shit.
they pulled the wife up and made the wife feel like we're gonna speak to you you feeling like your marriage is you know for the taking at this point. Somebody can come in and just snatch your marriage right out your hands. It was a sensitive subject.
Where's her husband in this scenario? His little soft ass.
Staying out of it.
Exactly.
Staying out of it. You don't got, I don't have anything.
Because that was the one thing
I didn't want the woman in my house.
No, if anything, I would have respected more if her husband called and checked Quick Sip. I was like, all right, I can see that.
I can see that. Too.
I can see that. Not your wife, your own wife calling and check. No,
I don't want to
let her husband.
knock on the door.
You go to check.
My husband had to come up there and be like this.
See, now he's doing too much.
No, he not. Off
Why
air,
would he check them?
private
Because their
discussion.
relationship was more so Quick's wife has been around her and the husband ain't been around Quick. Like what's
All right,
What's
so
going on?
you got the inside.
you walk a fine line between your husband calling like on some beef and shit, than your wife on some how could you do this to women shit. It's totally you create a totally different environment. So it's like now we can come back from this scenario happening as long as if your man gets involved and now we got an aggressive awkward situation between
Did it have to be
your
aggressive though?
That's not-
it would have been. I mean, it would have been
If
because
we
she
be
was so
laid back,
upset.
we be laid back. If they have a respectful relationship, it's like, yo,
Yeah, but when
I respect how
you know
feel
you
like
you
that.
make somebody's wife cry, right, or damn near embarrass her to that degree. Even if y'all relationship is cool, it may get you know what I mean. It
might
may
get heated a little
heated.
bit.
And that could create a situation that they can't come back from, and everybody be able to still work there. But this scenario, if his wife calls and she checks him, then we can still recover from the situation and still move forward because we got a franchise, a show that we trying to continue, so we don't make it awkward.
But do you not think that when Danny's husband and Quick see each other, eventually they're gonna have a conversation?
It's gonna be all love, also because
Not a negative one. It's just like, yo,
Oh, they-
it's gonna be all love. Like, yo,
I'm sure they probably already talked.
right. They probably already called it.
Yeah, because
what
he
I'm saying.
apologized. It wasn't like if he purposely set out to embarrass her, you know what I mean? Then that's one thing. But he didn't. It wasn't that. They were just trying to have the conversation. And what frustrates me about it is that the conversation wasn't really had, which is would you? Because this is the part about it that's the double standard. If a man is hiring for a job and the man says you're too ugly to work for me, right? Women would zap the fuck out. He said, look, I can hire who the fuck I want to hire. I have a problem with ugly women. I look good. My wife looks good. My kids look good. I don't want no ugly people around. It would be an outrage for him throwing that down. Women wouldn't be standing beside him saying, oh, yes, he can have whoever he want to have. No, y'all double standards.
He
Now,
feel good in his house.
yes, he said, I only want beautiful women, right? The complete opposite. Y'all wouldn't stand beside that. Y'all only standing beside this because what?
I'm pretty cute, so I'm good. Sorry.
She really is cute. I don't know why she off camera. She is kind of cute. Benny, bring her back next time you come.
I got you.
Let me get dressed with enough time.
Oh shit, she talking dinner dates now. Come on, dog.
So what y'all gotta say about that? The double standard.
It is. That was my real beef. It was the double
It's a
standard
double
of it.
standard.
It is,
a
but it's plenty of them out there that's just so happy to be
I
one.
like how y'all said that.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not, but see, this the thing. Like, it is what it is. I don't have no households to be nanny. So at this point in my life,
Ain't my problem.
I don't want no honeys in my house ugly. So
That's cool.
But my final thought on it is
But I
this:
don't believe in ugly.
if she had
Right.
said, if Danny had simply said, I don't think this woman is qualified because she wasn't qualified. You had the out. She's not qualified. She's an Instagram model. She was trying to come up. She sing. She danced.
she
was
watched
just-
some auntie kids.
Yeah, she was just trying to be around some radio shit.
But the insecure.
That's what she should have said.
I don't want her around my husband instead of I don't want her around my kids.
And that's where Danny lost me. If she would have said homegirl was unqualified, which I agree she was, she would have had me. I would have been. She would have had everybody. But that insecure shit, no, Danny, you're not
But
about to
you know
do
how
it.
women are. Some people just want to add insult to injury, like, and in her own way, that's her saying, "Yeah, you ain't about to mess with my husband," because that's how some women are. They come in your house, they try to manipulate your husband, take your life. Like, women do that. There's real life women who.
But
But beautiful woman, ugly woman, whatever, she's gonna be in a space
That's why I said
of
women
picking up
do
where
it.
you left off. she will always be in a position. The ugly one will be in a position to fuck your husband too.
If she got fat ass,
They don't-
doesn't matter. If she got
And
if
she
she
got
got
mad
big,
and she look good and
but
just
listen,
like walking around
she
with
can
a
be
Why do
some,
you know
quote
the
unquote
deal?
unattractive,
See?
but quote unquote unattractive because all of y'all have, including me, have hit what some people call quote unquote unattractive women. However, yes you have, yes you have,
I've been bougie since I was
because
17.
because it's good because they can have good
Mine ain't one of them.
personalities. Because a girl can have a good personality and nice body. Quote, face may not be supermodel,
Right.
but you still can be attracted to
I'm
her.
a cop to some
after
of the
that.
girls.
And
that been
girls
more-
be girls
some
be
of the girls
ugly
been more
dudes
ratchet
too.
than I like.
all the time.
But I've
Girls
heard
be ugly dudes.
Not more ratchet. What did you? Well,
I just think it's just.
I don't like
Why
ratchet
she-
girls, but I've smashed a bunch
If
of
a
ratchet
girl
girls.
speaks to the king
That's a
and
lot.
you, I don't care
It
what she
is.
look like.
There it is.
I don't care
Now
what
he
she
getting
look
deep.
like.
There it
Shorty
is.
was too close for comfort. Shorty said, I can't let her come in my house. I can't let her do that. Yeah.
Look,
But
they
I
go
mean,
to
I
the
mean, I
store.
want to be the only baddie in my house. Like, why would I bring another cute girl? Like, I don't.
I was asked the question if you were gonna, if men, we would let Idris
Is you
Elba
go-
come in the house
I
or
would.
something like
And
that.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say this with,
I wouldn't let my husband
I'm gonna
do
say
that.
this with
No.
confidence.
Let me say
No.
that.
I'm gonna say this with
This nigga
confidence.
got kick rocks.
No, seriously. If I'm not looking at, I need you to be qualified to take care of my child. More to say nothing to the fact, if I hire a male nanny, I'm going to expect more from you than a female nanny because you're physically fit. I expect you to protect my kids with your life. Damn, how
When you on vacation.
that's not how
He physically fit. He physically fit.
Strong as shit, strong as shit.
Honey, you need to get in the gym, honey,
He told me
because Michael
so.
came by today.
See, this is where y'all see my mind doesn't work like that. Shout out to my grandmother instilled me with confidence that I don't look at what other people and compare them to me. I have the skills God gave me. I have the looks He gave me. That's what's mine. If she's my wife, she was meant to be there. I'm not about to the nanny about to screw my wife. I'm trying to run businesses. I'm trying to do shit
That's
for
my
us.
only take
That's
on
my
that.
thing.
I
What
would-
y'all say until you get that milk at night.
No, but check this out. That's fucked up.
And that nightgown.
I'm not doing.
Nightgown, son.
I'm not doing cheap prevention. There's no
No.
such thing.
No,
I'm
it's
not
no
doing
cheap prevention. Like,
There's
and that's what
no
she was
such
trying
thing.
to do.
I speak to that all the time. It's no way.
I feel you.
If my woman wants to step out, she's gonna do that. Whether
Yeah.
Idris is in the house, Idris is at the motherfucking
Yeah, I mean, that's-
mall, movies, and whatever. So listen, I will invite that into my house. I will invite that bait right up under our noses because if she will take it. That will
She
help me
wasn't
figure
for
out
me
what- that will
anyway.
help me figure out
She
who was
wasn't for me
I
anyway.
gotta understand
The
it.
whole thing in any situation, I do get that because I'm like, I'm not gonna be with nobody who I
Right.
feel like
Yeah,
is gonna talk.
that's-
That's
to
my
me.
That's
whole
my
thing.
point.
That's my point.
That's the whole
But in
point.
defending her, in her defense,
Right.
You're only defending the woman, but you're not defending what's real in the situation and what's real, and you don't want to let nobody feel stronger than you. Like, why would she do that?
Exactly. Why would I let somebody come in my house and make me feel?
That's like taking your crown off and getting to somebody and hoping they ain't gonna think
Nah,
that.
you should have more confidence than that.
I'm just saying.
Y'all should- I mean, it's just like we at dinner. You like, oh no,
But this is
she
the
looks
thing,
too
she's
good to be
speaking
our
from a place
waitress.
where these
We
things
give
have
us this
happened
bitch
to
over
her.
here.
That's
For
what
her-
comes
to
in
her
what your
before.
man should make you feel like.
What year of marriage are they in?
I don't know.
7. I think they've been married 7 years.
Oh, also they stopped the threesomes.
Oh shit.
Who they was having?
They're
those?
done with the.
Wait. We short on time.
Right, she's
Is that
so
real?
We short on time, so we gotta move to the last subject real quick. How much more time we got done last time?
Let's
All right, so let's move on to the Donald Trump thing. Mr. Trump, I'm not gonna call him president because that's too much respect. Mr. Trump decided to stay over the weekend, and even though I agree with him on this point, I agree with this on this point. This point alone, I am not a Trump supporter. Before I do this, he decided to say that death penalty to all drug dealers. I'm with it. Anybody who's dumping drugs in my community, selling drugs to kids, got kids on the corner selling their dope and shit. Death penalty to all of them. I want
Take
you
this
to,
around the table. That is outrageous.
I want you to throw rapists and
That is
murderers in there too,
outrageous.
but
we can start a dab in, 'cause
So
I'm-
some medicinal medicines, all like.
stop. That's
all
not
of
what he was
them.
talking about. We're not talking about
You
medical
said-
marijuana.
you said drug
Nah,
dealers,
he said drug
pharmaceutical-
dealers.
you said
Drug dealers.
Pharmaceutical companies, anybody.
They're not drug dealers.
That's
Yes,
right.
they are.
People depending on drugs
Yes,
that
they
don't
are.
Yes, they are. Why is
That's
Percocets
the-
and all that
exactly.
other lean and all
Doctors are
that?
the biggest
Exactly.
drug dealers.
I'm talking about the
No, but
the
then it
street
becomes
kingpins
them-
and the dope boys. on
But
the
that's
corner.
not what
I
he
don't
said.
mind them. I don't mind them. If I got other people where I take this one pill, this going to fail, and I got to take another.
No,
pill,
this is
it's
horrible.
like-
This is think about what y'all saying because then it becomes them labeling whoever they want as drug dealers.
Exactly.
So
They already
then
do
we
that sometimes.
Right.
indiscriminately
Well, we
will
already
get that label. It's gonna be all black and brown people,
Next thing you know, I'm
none of the
like,
white
I
people.
don't know,
That's
something about
crazy. That would be the absolute categorical worst thing that could ever happen.
You know the excuses I heard.
I spoke to that happening
Yes.
before, though. I spoke to
Yeah,
I said that.
Bob did
At
say
the end
that.
of the day, they're going to use our music to vilify us.
But here's the asinine thing that somebody said to me when I put this post up on Facebook. They was talking about how the government dumped drugs in the black community and blah. All right, that's not my point. My point is, yo, I grew up in these same neighborhoods as y'all did. I was seeing the same crap. You ain't see me take the government's bait and go sell weed on the corner or go pick up and sell these drugs. I'm not giving a reprieve or rehabilitation. Everybody always want to talk about drug addiction, rehab. Fuck that. Like, these niggas have been selling drugs in the black community, their own community, for years. And if you want to kill them, off with their fucking heads is how I feel with it.
I mean, but when
Extreme.
your family hungry, what you supposed to do?
I don't want to hear that excuse.
Don't yell at me.
What the-
Right,
did
do
he-
not
did he
yell
tell
at me.
Ain't no kids in this room.
Yeah, listen.
No, like, that was the excuse. Like, I know we all grew up starving and hungry, but that is no reason
I mean, I
to
don't,
put
I
somebody
don't
else's
think,
family
I
in
don't
jeopardy.
think it's that as extreme as the death penalty. I don't think that should be.
I want to ask you this question. So, most people have that, and they have an example to they can speak to some guy that they know is taking care of his family off of drug money. Would you rather go get a dollar family job, or would you?
No, yo, you make it work. Like, you work. My mother grew up.
Okay.
I watched my mother work mediocre jobs,
That
2 and 3
is-
jobs her whole life. And as a man, like, I have a daughter now. I've thought about it. Yo, what if I lose my banking job? I gotta take care of Blair. I gotta go get these $12, $11 an hour jobs that are beneath me, considering my education. I gotta do it.
But you got a skill set.
Yeah, my dad
You're
did.
gonna go out with that skill set. I'm talking about guys who, you feel me, might have started off on the wrong path. Might start off on the wrong path. You feel
Because
me?
the streets is a government system all in itself.
And
so.
they can't get up off that, because at the end of the day, when they want to turn that new leaf over, somebody's telling them they're only
But
worth
you know
minimum
what?
wage.
But you know what I found out
You're
about?
worth
I
I
$9.25
attest to
hours.
that because I've only had one job in my adult life, and if I can't do what I do now, I'm not going to work at for $7 an hour.
That's what I'm saying. You would, these same people who've been counted out. They don't wake up. They don't see nothing inspiring around them. You feel me? They don't have the best outward thinking. You want them to feel like
And then
I'm gonna go work for someone who's gonna tell me and treat me like shit, and work for somebody telling me I'm worth $9 an hour.
But you
And
know
then
what I've
spend
seen
80
about
hours all day working for them, and you ain't getting nothing done. But if you spend 8 hours on yourself, you can be more productive.
what I'm saying is I've seen it. Like I said on the show before, I worked at DOC, and one thing I used to talking to the inmates, these were the most educated, innovative motherfuckers I've ever met. How did you end up in jail? Like they were in there creating stuff that could sell on the street, but because you wouldn't focus on that because you wanted fast money, this is where you ended up in these 4 walls. I'm saying that black people don't lack the creativity or the ingenuity. They lack the patience. They want fast money. It needs to be right now. I need to make 10 grand a
Them
month.
bill
Like,
collectors want their money right now.
stop racking up debts you can't afford.
It ain't even. I ain't got no debts that I can't afford, but them bills still rack up. Like some days.
That is the cost of living.
Right, it's the cost of living. You, as soon as you move in, you $800, $1,200.
So what y'all telling me is
like,
the ends justify the means. We should let them sell weed or whatever in the community because they got to feed their family, they got to eat.
I mean, if you don't partake in it, what really is the concern for you?
It's
Concern
around your
is
kids.
around my
If
community.
you move your kids out of that community, and what's the concern?
These are still my
What
people.
if you want to save this community?
Then
Right.
you invest in the community, like that's.
You go out there and talk to the brothers
But
that's
you,
out
but,
for
but,
them.
you, but, you,
You
but
make
that's what
a-
his
you
point
make
is.
a difference.
He's speaking to you wanting a good community.
All
So,
right, and then you talk to your drug dealers and you say, hey. If
so you
don't-
think it's gonna? You think he would be the guy talking to the drug dealers like,
Somebody need to talk
hey,
to
hey,
him.
hey.
Starts with the man in the
It
mirror.
starts with somebody. It has to start somewhere.
You know what I'm saying?
But
He's
that-
gonna be like, stay off my streets. Like,
No,
stay off
I'm
me.
like,
Like,
yo.
But this is my thing. I get that you don't want. My mom was an addict. My uncles, everybody now is addicts.
I can relate.
People are only going to do what they want to do. I'm not blaming drug dealers because my mother went out and got high. That's not why I'm not blaming them.
Nobody's
My mom-
blaming them, but
my
they
mom
participate
had
the
me-
problem.
Right, my mom. The problem. I've been around drugs. My uncle shot up in my bedroom. I've seen it. So when you educate your children in the neighborhood and their surroundings, you let them know what's around you. Hey, this is around you, and you're not gonna grow up to be that. You put your foot down. You let your kids know. I'm not blaming drug dealers for how my kids turn out in this neighborhood.
You ain't got to blame them. They already there.
I'm just what I'm saying, but that's what you educate. You
You don't know them dudes on that corner.
Nope.
All right, Greg.
I don't know none of them. I don't know none of them.
People might think the death penalty, but I'm all about.
Extreme.
I feel like the more extreme the crime, the less likely they're gonna do it. But to be honest, like death penalty ain't gonna stop these dudes from really doing it because like they don't face death every day on these streets for these corners.
It's extreme. Like,
So what I'm saying, so me agreeing with it is they die in the system, they die on the street. So what's the difference?
at least on the streets, you got not even that you have a choice, but in the system, they take
Your
their
brother
own
Jamal,
pick.
that's the difference.
Stop it. And full disclaimer, I told Bob on the way down here, this is not a law that would not affect my family. My brother, drug dealer, might go back, has done it for years since he was 13.
Ex drug dealer.
Yo, he ain't been that ex. He only been out of jail 2 years. If he got scooped up, like no lie, I've told my mother this many a times. I would not be surprised one day I get a call and say my brother was shot by the cops for resisting arrest. That's just the type of nigga he is. I'm not gonna blame the system because he chose a life to do that shit. We grew up the same way, the same hoods, the same mother. You went one way, I went another. I am not blaming the system because you took the cheap way out and it cost you your life. Plain and simple.
But it is the system.
And I choose to avoid it. Why pick up something they baiting you? They baiting you to do it. It's like the slave master leaving the meat outside the gate, tempting you to get it. No, he gonna shoot you as soon as you leave the bounds.
Right, that's what they know.
Come on.
That's what they know. With struggling communities thrive off of selling drugs. Everybody they get money. People they get money and feed their family. So
I just feel like if it came down to it and the opportunity was presented for me to make myself some money to help myself, and that's how I had to get it, and I needed it quick.
that's what I told him. I said, first of all, most of us
if
want,
that's
we
the
want,
case,
and we don't
strippers-
even want too much.
Right.
What about strippers? Strippers put the death penalty on strippers. They out here making fast money, shaking ass and selling pussy. So what's the difference? Like,
It's come from the drug dealer, so I don't care.
No, first of all,
But
strippers selling
the
it.
whole system.
First
It's
of
the
all,
system.
strippers selling their
They're
ass and
illegal.
that's their business. They ain't harming nobody but their vagina
Some
at this
people who
point.
use drugs, that's their business. Why
I'm
you
not talking
looking
about
at
the.
me?
You talking about the users? I'm talking about the dealers. Like the dealers are a problem.
They the dealers.
They the dealers.
Oh, the users, the dealers now.
No, the strippers is the dealers. They dealing Gucci.
They're selling dreams.
They selling the dream.
Yes, let's talk about
Your wife don't do this. Your
And
wife
why-
don't
and
do
why I had to
this. Oh, she'll bring it over like, hey,
First of
you
all,
want-
these strippers
why I
ain't.
had to give up the strip
On Instagram trying to be a nanny.
All right, we got
Get on Instagram, try, yup.
we got to wrap this up. It has
That's
been.
not a resume. I said email me.
Come see me at work. No.
That's my thing. If she want a
Yeah.
job, you on Instagram trying to get a job. You came all wrong. Where your resume at in my email?
Hey, yo, when strippers act bad, you just gotta act like you try to take them on real nice dates.
I got to wrap this up
Baby,
with
I'm trying
Bob
to
and
get out
them.
the club, baby. I want to take you to Dubai.
Y'all let them know where they can find you
This
at.
Dubai, that must really be his line.
Come on, Bridget. Tell them where they can find you. Tell them what you do for like business. So product your business
My
right
name is
now.
Bridget Loren. I'm an entrepreneur, stylist, beauty blogger, fashion influencer, and you can find me at Bridget Loren. That's BridgetTelloren. That's on everything: YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Go ahead, Benny.
Benny Harding, I'm an artist. Why you gotta?
Alright.
I'm a creative director. I'm an artist. Oh, I said that. I'm a model, and at this point, an actress. You can follow me at Benny Harding, BenniHarding on Instagram. It's Benny Harding on Twitter, Benny Harding on Snapchat, and most importantly, go on YouTube and watch my movie Drain that just released, and that's Benny Harding as well.
Okay. It's your boy Bob Hunt on the Facebook. No chill _ Bob on the IG.
All right, y'all know it's Leo Grand Prince on IG, Jamal Vitos on both Twitter and Facebook. And you've been listening to He Say, She Said, and per usual, it's Monday, 7 o'clock on Radio on Fire. Catch y'all. Peace.
Not every text they can hear from Beyonce and her husband with their hands out.
Yo, Jesus, we should have touched that.